Have you all ever had this happen to you where you know something exists, but you don't really think much about it until you are considering buying it, or you do buy it, and then you get this feeling of, why didn't I look into this sooner? And I actually feel like a lot of people have that feeling when they're looking at buying their first Tesla. Like, yeah, you know they exist, but then you start like researching into them, and then you buy it, and then you kind of get that feeling. Like, wow, I didn't know how much I would like this car until I got it. And well, that's kind of how I feel about this. Well, let me take it out of its bag first. This is Fantech's V8 Mate, an ultra lightweight, portable, cordless car vacuum. And if you saw the My Favorite Tesla Accessory Just Got Even Better video, then you know that I've been recommending Fantech long before they even knew who I was. And well, after that video, they reached out to me again and said, would you like to take a look at another one of our best-selling products? And because you all seem to like the tire inflator so much, I said, send her on out. So yes, disclaimer, as I always do here on the channel because I'm all about transparency, I was sent this for free. However, like always, I'm not being paid for this video. And just like last time, Fantech just wants an honest review. However, you can get a massive 30% off via my link in the description during Amazon's Prime Big Day deals, which, if you don't know, runs from October 10th, the day this video goes live, to October 11th. I do get a very tiny kickback, and it's a great way to support the channel. And for anyone watching after those 2 days, I'll update the description, and it will then include a promo code that you can use to save some money. I'm not too sure how much it's going to be. It's probably not going to be 30%, but it'll be something. But getting back to this little beast, I didn't realize how much I'd use it or just like it until I actually got it. Maybe it's the ease of use because it's cordless. You just push a button and it starts vacuuming. The fact that it's always with me because of how portable it is, like the little storage bag that it comes with can also hold all of its different tips, or possibly because of how powerful it really is. At first, I didn't realize it had 2 modes, so I was kind of underwhelmed. Like, yeah, the first mode was strong enough for most things, but what about stuff like dog hair on carpet? And well, I'm happy to report that you can just push a button and it kicks it into an overdrive type of second mode that just picks up everything. But to be honest, the reason why I like it so much is because it's just a combination of all those things. Let's be honest, all of our cars would probably be a lot more cleaner if the vacuum that we did have was this small, this portable, and could be used anywhere, not just when you're at home and you're washing your car or something. I know my car has been a lot cleaner. I normally wash my car about once a month, and I'll also detail the insides. So normally I have to go get my bigger vacuum, bring it out, and because I haven't vacuumed in a month, it's normally a mess. But with this, because I'm just once every 2 days or so, I just quickly hit the floors, there wasn't even really anything for me to clean. Now, if you're worried about the runtime because of how small it is, don't be. I was getting around 30 minutes of runtime in the normal mode, and when I kicked it into overdrive, I got roughly about 12 minutes. Even on the overdrive mode, that's plenty of time for me to hit my entire car, as long as I'm not like leaving it running and putting it down and walking away. And as for those tips I mentioned, well, it comes with 5. It has a standard tip, which is what I mostly use. This tip also acts as an extension for all the other tips, a hose tip for getting between the seats and in crevices, and even a tip specifically made for dog hair. So you like use friction and it like kind of scoops the dog hair up with like a grip, and then it vacuums it up, and more. Maintenance and cleaning are also very straightforward. They even include a little brush for the filter, and I really like the way you dump the dirt out. It's very intuitive and reminds me of those like $1,000 like stick vacuums. And to top it all off, you all know that I'm a big USB-C fan. It charges with USB-C, which also supports fast charging and can get you from 0 to full in 2 hours. And while I am happy to see USB-C and the fast charging, this is actually going to lead me into my first problem with the V8. And it has nothing to do with the vacuum itself. However, they provide a USB-A to USB-C charging cable. Really wish they included a C to C cable, as all new Teslas, and most cars for that matter, are USB-C only. But I mean, you probably already have a USB-C to C connector in your car, but I still wanted to mention it. And secondly, this is not a problem, but more of a want. I wish it had a flashlight. I don't know how they would do it, but they put one on their tire inflator, so I truly believe that they could find a way to put it on here. And I feel like it would be perfect considering this is meant to be used in like, dark car floorboards. But yeah, great little vacuum, absolutely love it. And I just love how portable it is. I keep it in its storage bag with all the tips in the little door pocket in the rear right back here. And it fits in there perfectly. And even if you have like kids and maybe you don't want to put it back there because, you know, that's where they ride, it also fits in the trunk cubby pockets as well. So yeah, and honestly, if you have kids, you might want this even more. I actually wish I had this when I went on vacation this past summer to the beach, because I remember very specifically, I was taking my shoes off to put them in the trunk and I forgot to dump them out. So they were just filled with sand and I didn't realize it until they were, you know, like as I sat them down and they spilled over and like sand got over, I was like I immediately knew that I'd messed up. And had I had this, I could have just stopped, vacuumed it up real quick and been on my way. But instead, I had to drive like 1,000 miles with just sand rolling all around in my trunk. And by the time I got home, it was everywhere and it took me a whole lot longer to actually clean it up. And like, yeah, I could have just taken like the floor liner out, but we already had all our bags and everything in there. And this would have just came in so clutch. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, the link in the description will take you over to Amazon where you can get 30% off on October 10th and October 11th during Amazon's Prime Big Deal Days. And honestly, that 30% off puts this thing in like gift price range territory. And believe it or not, we're already in October. So yeah, I'm gonna pick a few of these up and go ahead and get some of my Christmas shopping out of the way. And of course, if you're watching after those dates, then just check the description. There'll be a promo code that you can use. It'll get you some money off. Thank you to Fantech for sending this out. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.